It is the hour of the time. Lights out for the curfew of your body, soul, and mind. This is Richard Greaser, and you're listening to the Paznia Radio Network.
Getting pushed to the edge, I know you feel despair. But if you want to change the world, you'll have to choose to dare. Go to places that aren't safe and face the darkness that's within. Learn what it means to become comfortable in your skin. Everything may be falling apart, but for you this is a fresh start. Pick up the pieces to build something new. Learn what you have the capacity to do. I know times are tough, but don't give in. It's not over until you win. It's your time, so fight like hell. Keep moving forward, give them a story to tell. Your body needs to move, so dance. Your body needs to feel, so dance. Your heart needs to open, so dance. Move your body. When you were young, you had dreams. Let your heart remember what they mean. A longing to do something brave, to be someone more than a slave. Now you're standing at the edge, wanting to leap off the ledge, doubting there will be better days, asking if God hears you when you pray. Some days it just feels so cold. Everything is so out of control, but you don't know what lies ahead. Cling to hope instead of dread. I know times are tough, but don't give in. It's not over until you win. It's your time, so fight like hell. Keep moving forward, give them a story to tell. Your body needs to move, so dance. Your body needs to feel, so dance. Your heart needs to open, so dance. Move your body. I know times are tough, but don't give in. It's not over until you win. It's your time, so fight like hell. Keep moving forward, give them a story to tell. I know times are tough, but don't give in. It's not over until you win. It's your time, so fight like hell. Keep moving forward, give them a story to tell.
Folks, I'm back. It's been a while. Feels good to be back in the saddle again. Streaming to you, playing some music, playing some tunes. The nice thing about taking a break is I have come back with a lot of new tunes. That song, I believe, is a debut. I've gotten to the point, I don't remember what I played on this show. But I like to keep it fresh. I like to cycle through all the recent stuff that I've been working on. But I've been working on this album called Heroes, and I don't know, I would probably have like 7 or 8 songs, some of which I'll be playing tonight. Uh, but I've been doing that with a podcast series for my found subscribers called Heroes, talking about the importance of heroes in culture. And this album has been fun. It's been fun to dive into what heroes are, what villains are, just to really study these different archetypes, and then look at the world around us, at the people that are acting as heroes and villains. Most of the people are walking around are just NPCs, and they don't qualify as being either. It's interesting. I like it. It's been fun. It's been a fun album to work on. I'm excited. I'm probably going to be DJing it in Serbia this summer at a music festival that's come together. But before I get into the show, this show, my name is Richard Greaser. You probably know who I am, and if you don't, that's fine. But you're probably not listening to enough Bitcoin podcasts. But I play some tunes and I just ramble. That's what this is. But this is the Paznia Radio Network. If you've never heard of Paznia, it is it's a free republic. It's pretty cool. Network of individuals that are working together to achieve a semblance of freedom in this weird, strange world that we find ourselves in. And I am grateful to be on the periphery of what these guys are building. I think it's generally productive, but part of that is my friend Rayo, who is doing a lot of the media stuff and organization and promotion of Republic of Paznia, has a publication called Liberty Under Attack where you can buy some non-KYC books. So I've got non-KYC books that I bought with shitcoins. I bought with Monero, I believe. Or maybe I bought with Bitcoin. I don't remember. But you can buy non-KYC books. This is a classic. Larkin Rose. It's a great book. He's a really grumpy and boring guy to listen to, but it's a great book. Most Dangerous Superstition. Got Vanu. Search for Personal Freedom. Got a couple more. Vanu, Search for Personal Freedom Part 2. These are books I guess you could find on Amazon, but you can buy them with your Monero shitcoins or Bitcoin, either way. Non-KYC books. If you're listening to the broadcast, you better know the importance of non-KYC books. You probably know all about banned books. You probably know about the importance of just like the ability to disseminate information freely. But this is actually how I found Rayo years ago. Was looking for a book that he published, and stumbled across. He's got audiobooks. He's got all sorts of things on his website, libertyunderattack.com. But I feel I wouldn't say obligated, but I feel passionately that I want to plug it. But yeah, so I've been working on this album, Heroes. That song is called Story to Tell. And I felt like a song like that was important to write right now because so many people are on the verge of crashing out. And it's a bummer. It's just, this is a time, it's the most exciting time of my lifetime. One of the most exciting times to be alive in human history. And I think one of the reasons why I could argue that it is the most exciting time to be alive is because of how easy it is to monitor the situation. Like you get kind of a seat to watch all the happenings. And sure, a lot of it's kayfabe and nonsense, which unless you do a lot of work and smoke a lot of cigarettes, you're not going to be able to see past. But if you do the work, it's a pretty interesting time. Just all the happenings going around. If you can snap out of like the trauma-induced psychosis that they're trying to put you in and make you all scared, you sit back and you're like, wow, shit's happening. And part of shit happening, if you have your head screwed on straight, you can respond effectively and do some pretty cool shit right now. But I am a firm believer, have your head screwed on straight, that you got to dance, which is part of the reason why I've been working on dance music. And I thought that was it's just like it's a fun song. Like I like to, go in my living room and turn on the tunes, do some shuffle dancing, but trying to learn how to shuffle dance. Usually you only see hot girls shuffle dancing, but credentialed journalists can shuffle dance to some EDM music as well. But I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I like to roll into these things and somewhat unplanned. I have a track list that I set, so I'm going to play a lot of the songs off the Heroes album. I got a couple songs off my last EDM album called Doomsday's DJ. And I'm going to end with Krayley. And if you don't know who Krayley is, I'm going to talk about Krayley. She's on my screen. She's that one in the center between Ron and I. She's the podcast producer of The Bugle that has, she started dating this rapper named E-Cash Sailor, and then she spun off and started doing a rap career. And man, firecracker, banger songs. Next song, I'll talk about it a little bit. I think I've talked about it on this show. So, if you're a regular listener, I apologize for repeating myself. But this next song is titled Bonnie and Clyde, and I think it's a fun one. It's essentially what I did to write the song is I went and I read a bunch of Bonnie Parker, her poetry, because she was a good poet. She's part of the she wasn't like fantastic, but like that combined with her being like a psychopathic, murderer and bank robber, with her it's been a while since I looked into it and I wrote the song, but I can't remember if they're married or if they were just partners. But her partner in crime and romance, Clyde Barker, right, Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barra. Clyde Barra. She depicted this image as they were going around. It was during the Great Depression. People were super bummed out, kind of like people are today. They're having trouble affording their taxes. They're really down in the dumps. Just a lot of unemployment, and these people became folk heroes because in their minds they were sticking it to the man. Like a lot of these individuals, like that were robbing banks. In many ways, they were really anti-heroes, but they became in many ways folk heroes. And but Bonnie Parker wrote a lot of poetry talking about her relationship with Clyde Barrow, and so I took a lot of inspiration from her poetry. I don't think I explicitly lifted in anything or plagiarized, but like some of the lines came from poems that she wrote, talking about her relationship with Clyde. But I'm going to play this song and all followed up by Feel the Rage and Did You Think This Would Be Easy? And I'll be back with you here in a few short minutes.
Someday we'll go down together, and they'll bury us side by side. They'll tell our story forever. Our legacy won't be denied. Our names written in history. They should have never messed with us. When we're together, there's electricity. They should have never broke our trust. I'll be your Bonnie if you'll be my Clyde. Outlaws at heart, running till Someday it will come crashing down, but we were born unable to obey. Our freedom has finally been found. In these awful times, we've been thrust into a war. They say we'll pay for our crimes, but I want to live a life we're dying for. I'll be your Bonnie if you'll be my Clyde. Outlaws at heart, running till we die. I'd rather spend one day with you standing tall than have a lifetime of safety feeling small. I'd rather spend one day with you standing tall than have a lifetime of safety feeling small. I'll be your Bonnie if you'll be my Clyde. I'll be by your side till the day we die. I'll be your Bonnie if you'll be my Clyde. Someday we'll go down together, and they'll bury us side by side.
Try so hard to play their way, follow the rules but couldn't stay. Chained to a desk like a wage slave, punished no matter how hard I behave. I tried my best to be what they desired, but all it ever got me was feeling tired. I was hurt and wanted to be healed. All I ever wanted was to feel. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rain, 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 rain. I was never taught how to use my mind. All I ever learned was how to march in line, to never question what I was told, to hide in the crowd and never be bold. They tried their best to crush who I am, to get me to buy into their scam, but I was a defect in their system, and I won't settle for being a victim. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rage. Now I just to rage. If you lose because you follow their rules and still keep working as a useful fool, who is really the one to blame? If everything stays the same, nothing good comes from feeding parasites. Crops don't grow only from electrolytes. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rage. Now I just want to rage. Now I just wanna rage. It was all built on lies. I had to open my eyes. I will no longer be caged. I just wanna feel the rage. Now I just want to rage. When good men stand together and do what is right, there is hope for the future and victory is in sight. The forces of evil are daunting and scary. Temptations of submission will make anyone wary. What we are witnessing is a battle for perception. All they have is dishonesty and deception. They want you to be tired, afraid and alone. Their control disappears in the face of backbone. There is no way to control a population that is ungovernable. People are dangerous when they choose dignity over being comfortable. When you realize how much there is to lose, all you can do is stand your ground and refuse. All around us are people with brains dissatisfied with settling for living in chains. Inside them is a primal hunger for something more than settling for compliance and being a whore. When things become difficult, do you want to cower and hide? Or will you embrace adversity and take it in stride? To die with dignity is preferable to being a slave. History will look kindly on those who choose to be brave. There is no easy path forward, whether you comply or defy. In the end, no matter what, we all will die. Between now and then are lots of decisions. Means and information are the most dangerous munitions. people with brains dissatisfied with settling for living in chains. Inside them is a primal hunger for something more than settling for compliance and being a whore. When things become difficult, do you want to cower and hide? Or will you embrace adversity and take it in stride? To die with dignity is preferable to being a slave. History will look kindly on those who choose to be brave. When times become difficult, we are faced with opportunity to invest in each other, take care of our community. The soul needs healing in a world that is chaotic. Our pain has purpose, allowing us to be more than robotic. So tune into the bugle to fortify your mind and boost us with Bitcoin if our values are aligned. If you're listening out there, know you aren't alone. Join as we travel bravely into the unknown.
So I've been hearing this trend that Bitcoin people are just a bunch of grumpy doomers. And I mean, I guess it's been a trend for a while, right? Like there was a while when it was cool to be a grumpy doomer. And those times are gone, folks. The average pleb, the fiat pleb, the no coiner pleb, has now realized they're in the fourth turning. But the fourth turning should be over for you. You should be in the first turning right now. Like that was part about, the part about getting grumpy and becoming a doomer was preparing for what's coming. And you don't want to be the one that starts rebuilding the world after it's already collapsed. You start building the world as it's collapsing so that you have a head start on everybody else. And being like grumpy and pessimistic about where things are heading it's lame. It puts you on the same footing as all the fiat people that don't listen to Bitcoin podcasts. Essentially makes you the exact same as a no coiner at this point. You have no perspective different other than, you may be buying Bitcoin on a KYC exchange and putting it on a hardware wallet. It's like, congratulations. You listen to some, dumb Gen X guy bitch about how the financial system is crumbling on Marty's podcast again. You listen to Tom Luongo talk about the Bank of England and MI6 and the City of London, and you listen to some macro slop saying that the financial system's unraveling. You heard Lynn Alden say nothing stops the train again. It's like none of this is new information, And if you haven't like mentally prepared for the times that we're in, you better start scrambling. I don't know what you've been doing. Like knowing that all the shit was going to fall apart. None of it's new revelations whatsoever. I mean, you look at how much money they printed in 2020. You look at the national debt clock. You look at just the ever increasing central controlling of economies. You read the fourth turning a while ago. Kind of knew it was coming, but we're in the first turning now, and it's not time to be a boomer or a doomer. And like, I know it's hard for Gen X people. I know it's really hard if you're Gen Xer out there. You guys, I'm sorry, but you guys, there's some good Gen Xers I know, but Gen Xers are probably the shittiest generation in human history. They're coping. They're just seething with cope right now, all around. They're the most, people like to shit on the boomers, but the boomers had good music. and they had a really like vibrant anti-establishment, anti-war movement. And many of these older boomers are still kind of like that. Like I hang out with these older boomers that are pretty based. Gen Xers, what's the best that you guys had? You had the fucking grunge movement. You had Tool. I mean, I like Tool, but like that was like the epitome of what you had. Like, sure, you guys had like the Matrix. Matrix, a pretty good movie, but like, I don't know. But the Gen Xers, like this is like typically, I think the archetype of the individual that is this grumpy doomer right now is the Gen Xer or somebody listening to a Gen Xer, because the Gen Xers are pissed that they're not getting their timeshares and they're not going to be able to gamble their children's future away by cashing in their social security checks to play slot machines at the casino. They're resentful at that. Like, I wanted what was promised to me by my parents. You know, the Gen Xers, they look at the millennials, they look at the broccoli haircuts, and they tell them, oh, you're so entitled, you're a snowflake. It's like, why do you think the boomers are still ruling the world? Is because Gen X like sucks so hard they couldn't take the power away from them. Because that's how power works. You rip the power out of the hands of the previous generation. Like, if you haven't figured that out yet, I don't know what you're going. Like, the reason why the boomers are still in control of the world is because Gen X is too entitled and retarded to take it over. And so I'm sorry, the millennials are here to fix it. The broccoli haircuts are here to fix it. We're living in the first turning. The Gen Xers, you can sit there and you can be grumpy and you can look at the political kayfabe and complain about it. You can complain about the president saying swear words on his social media. Oh, I don't know why they launched this war. It's just my whole life they've been launching these stupid wars. I'm not resentful of Gen X. It's just we're gonna have to put you in your place. We're gonna have to sit you down, and we're gonna have to give you a spanking. Because all the younger generations have ever grown up with is just shit hurled at them, telling them how shitty they are, while the adults fail to do their jobs and do the very most basic things. Gen X is the generation of pleb slop. And, you know, to be fair, the younger generations don't have enough track record. We could be shittier than Gen X. But I'm doing everything in my damnedest to not be shitty like Gen X. Because I look at Gen X and I'm like, I want to be nothing like you guys. I don't want to be the fat pleb with the pleb hat on and the Bitcoin is money shirt that doesn't understand what I'm talking about, saying that Gloria Zhao can't have sex and isn't hot. That's not what I intend for my future at all. That's not what I'm going to encourage people to do. No, we're going to have a fucking great time living through the first turning, folks. We're building shit. We're doing interesting shit. Pioneers are here to run shit. But like I said, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I put on a bunch of songs. I guess it's just anytime I run out of a train of thought, start playing music. But you know, one of the fun things that's going to be happening in Las Vegas is Tuesday night. There is a Noster event, and Tatum Turnup is supposedly DJing my some of my songs, but he has not responded. got some comments in Zapstream. If you got comments elsewhere, I'll try and read them during the break. But I got Zapstream pulled up. Babes with Bitcoin. Let's go. Hi Q. LFG. I think Hi Q is the editor at Stack Chain. I just sent them a piece. Oh shit! I have some. I gotta send them some artwork. Shadrack. Cigarette emoji. Hope you're doing well, Shadrack. I just got my hands on some non KYC cigarettes right before this. Actually, I won't tell the story. Used to read a lot. Zap swag times 7. So I guess I could talk about this. Look what my mother got me for Christmas. It's a cat smoking a cigarette. It's a Marlboro Christmas sweater. And I thought it's not Christmas. We just celebrated Easter, but I thought it was an appropriate time for me to wear this for the stream. I like wearing it when I'm walking around. My neighbors think I'm fucking insane. And that's fine because they don't listen to Bitcoin podcasts. I don't give a shit what they think. But yeah, Las Vegas, Tuesday night, Noster event. It's happening downtown Vegas. I don't know specifically the location, 7 p.m. to like 1 a.m. There's going to be some great musical performances. You know, my favorite singer in the world might be performing, but that's going to be a surprise. So don't tell anybody I said that. But yeah, I think Tatum's going to play a couple of my songs. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be just interesting to see, because I haven't seen them played in an environment. You know, Shadrack sends me, he plays my music in public sometimes and like before shows or his talks and stuff. But I like to see it in kind of like a dance environment, feel the vibe, see how people respond to it, because I don't really know. I've never seen that before. And it'll be cool to witness it from the crowd instead of, you know, DJing it. So I can kind of see how people react and respond before I potentially go and bomb a DJ set for the first time in front of a bunch of people. But next song, folks, is Doomsday's DJ, followed up by Villains. So if you are a Gen X doomer, these are kind of doomer songs. A little bit. But we'll come out after the music break. We'll pump it up, get excited, and you know, there'll be some good songs following that will get you into the first turning. Folks, thank you for tuning in. Talk to you in a minute.
I'm Doomsday's DJ, and I want to welcome you to the show. Together, let's enjoy the view of the end of the world.
Invasions, bombs, chaos, and black swans, it's all ending. Doomsday is here. Ragnarok, revelations, Armageddon, tribulation, it's the end of the world, so you might as well dance.
I'm Doomsday's DJ, and I'm not gonna tell you what you already know. Together, let's enjoy the view of the end of the world.
Can you feel the dance? Dance.
the villains that rule the world, but they are losing their control. You have to fight in order to survive. You have to fight to feel alive. There's a coldness in their eyes. They enjoy their victims' cries. Darkness fills their souls. They dominate to control. They are the villains who rule the world, slaughtering the ones in their way, threatened by those who disobey. They'll burn it to the ground in order to wear a crown. They are the villains who rule the world. Expensive, violent real estate, where they determine the world's fate. Acts so dark it hurts to know, hiding in the shadows. They are the villains who rule the world. You are caught in their game. They try to extinguish your flame. Trapped in a nightmare you can't escape. I know that your heart aches. They are the villains that rule the world, but they are losing their control. You have to fight in order to survive. You have to fight to feel alive.
Okay, so got Shadrach trying to stick up for the Gen Xers, but then even he had to concede how retarded Gen Xers are. Not all Gen Xers are bad, but the Gen Xers like to shit on everybody else, and they have absolutely no self-awareness. Largely speaking, the Shadrach I think has some self-awareness, which he demonstrated with his follow-up. He said, okay, so first he said, great sweater, don't sleep on Gen X pioneers. Now go do your 40 hours of math homework. And then he says, but generally, yes, Most Gen X don't want to mess up their pensions for 4 decades at the DMV. So, like, this is one of the big differences between Gen Xers, millennials, and broccoli haircuts. Is like the younger generations don't really have anything to lose, and the Gen Xers, well, clutch like the boomers on the way out. You know, they're dying off. Most of them have Alzheimer's or whatever. So they're kind of gone for the most part. The Gen Xers, though, as things get hairy globally, they've got the most to lose, and they're going to be really grumpy when they lose it. Now, the millennials and Zoomers, they don't have hardly any, especially the Zoomers. A lot of the millennials, at least the older ones, have had a huge head start. They've been able to get their feet under them. The broccoli haircuts, everybody that's fighting age right now has nothing. They're all driving Uber. They're all driving Uber Eats after working, their shitty job to pay off their student loans and to pay their taxes, be able to afford food, and now gas just doubled. So they're like, fuck. Why am I driving Uber Eats? Or whatever it is. And they're pissed. They've got nothing to lose. And it's always a tactical mistake to shit on the younger generations. And maybe, like the Gen Xers felt like resentful because they got shit on by the boomers or whatever in the silent generation. But like, you're the adults in the room. Why are you shitting on your children? How is that a good decision whatsoever? And I'm speaking broadly, like, if you're taking this personally, that's fine. I don't think Shanrak's taking this personally because there are some of my closest friends are Gen Xers, and they're all right, even if they like Tool. I mean, I like Tool, but they like Nirvana or whatever. You got Fundamentals listening to Fish. What a fucking Gen Xer band. Jam bands are fine. I've never really been into jam bands, but into Stardust. Into some good old folk and country music. Into some good EDM. Yeah. I'll take Marty Robbins or Waylon Jennings any day over Fish. John Denver. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just it's funny, like these people that have worked their entire lives to get these pensions that are all invested in these kind of precarious financial instruments. And I just I for a while I've just always thought it's weird. It's like, yeah, your retirement strategy is to funnel money into the coffers of the people that are like your corporate overlords. It seems kind of backwards. You're just like, first you get taxed. So you go to work and then you get taxed, and then they tell you that you have to hand the money over to the people funding the people that tell you where you can't smoke cigarettes. What a wild system. But anyways, I wanted to change pace. Like, the Gen Xers, I'm sorry, you're going to face a reckoning. And you can either join or get out of the way. Those are your two choices. I guess you can crash out. You probably will crash out. I'm not talking to you, Shadrach. If you're watching, I'm sorry. It's kind of funny because nobody that I'm talking to is actually going to listen to this. But I mean, you look at like Mike Brock. He's like kind of that quintessential Gen Xer that's crashing out right now, clutching his pearls because he's losing the system that was just completely fucking retarded. That he had so much faith in for so long. It's like, yeah, it's like if you buy like any car made by Chrysler, you buy like a Chrysler 300, and you get to like 20,000 miles and it falls apart, and you're just like, why? This is like the end of the world. I can't believe my car's falling apart. It's like, well, you bought a piece of shit. And it's kind of like all the people that just like bought into the system for so long. It's like the same exact thing. You bought a fucking Chrysler. You could have bought a Toyota. There are tons of strategies. It's not just like Bitcoin came and like finally people could have been had the opportunity to be liberated. There's been strategies throughout all of human history to escape oppression and to escape retardation, but it takes a lot of courage to do so. And people have been doing it for forever. You kind of made your bed. You bought a fucking Chrysler. Like, congratulations. I don't know if pensions are gonna go away. Like, I think we're at this point where like the macro slop doesn't matter anymore. Like, nobody knows what's going on or what's gonna happen. Yeah, so I wanted to get like, okay, Gen Xers, you're in your place. We can move past that. Folks, we're in the first turning, and in my personal opinion, my perspective of the world, New Year's is April 1st. It is when spring. I mean, I guess the official start of spring is like March. What is it, like 23rd or 26th or something? But like, we're just gonna say April 1st is New Year's. It is springtime. It is warming up. We're getting into the summer. Hopefully you're feeling more energized. You're outside more. You're getting more sunlight, feeling more social. This is the time to start evaluating your goals. Like the one of the greatest psyops in human history was making New Year's January 1st. Doesn't make any sense. You're going to have the New Year start in the dead of winter. The winter is brutal, like even with modern comforts in most places around the world. I guess there's a lot of people living closer to the equator this doesn't really apply to, but like, like historically speaking, the pioneers on the frontier, for example, where you don't have any amenities and you're just kind of like fending for yourself. You have to like go chop wood with an axe, drag it inside in a blizzard, to stay warm and not freeze to death. That's a brutal time. Like you have New Year's at a time like this, like, where food is essentially non-existent except if you're hunting. And I don't know if you've ever been like really, really cold before. Like really, really cold. But it is miserable. And like in those scenarios where you're really, really cold, it doesn't matter how many blankets you put on yourself. You need a fire. Like, you need an external heating source to really, heat you up and save you. And when you're in an environment like that constantly, your body is just working so much harder and trying to conserve energy to stay alive. And so you just don't you don't feel excited, or motivated. And like in modern time, it's still kind of like that. I mean, it's just like you become, in the winter for the most part, in most places, you don't go outside as much. You don't get as much sunlight. You're just not as physically active, and you just don't feel as much energy. And that's when they put New Year. So you're looking at the new year ahead of you at the time that your body's depressed from the elements, essentially. And just like the general sort of, like, people get sicker in the winter, typically. It's bullshit. I mean, spring is and should be the start of the new year. And in my opinion, the way I live, April 1st is New Year's. So looking at the year ahead, it's going to be a big year. There's going to be a lot of shit that happens. Nobody knows where it's going. But one thing I know is I'm going to have a fucking good time. I'm going to listen to a lot of Bitcoin podcasts. I'm going to read a lot of books. I'm going to write a lot of music. And I'm going to hang out with a lot of great people. I'm going to hang out with the pioneers. You know, with individuals that are motivated. I'm going to hang out with exclusively with people that are choosing to live in the first turning, because I don't want to live in the fourth turning anymore. Like, I'm over it. I'm tired of the doomer attitudes. I'm tired of just being around people that are bummed out, the woe is me attitude. Shanarax says he says, love you, man. You know, I'm on the same page. Gonna fall asleep listening. It's 2 a.m. on Pirate Island. Oh, dude, this guy's always on some adventure. If you don't know Shanarack, you should get to know him. Hopefully you're going to be at Shanarack, Vegas, or you're going to be in Vegas, Shanarack. But, folks, this next song is called Pioneers, followed up by a song called The Way Back Home. Pioneers is off of the Doomsday DJ album, The Way Back Home. I think this might be a debut. I don't know if I've ever played this on this show, but I'll talk about it a little bit. It is a song about this feeling. I have a good friend. He was describing this feeling of like it's almost like a ancient memory, you know, from you can't really put a finger on it. I don't know if you like a past life or, you know, whatever, like something innate in him, that this like feeling or calling to this place of you know, comfort and connection, you know, and he can't like quite describe specifically, you know, what it is, but he just knows that there's this feeling of home, and he feels unsettled in his life until he finds it, and it follows his calling. But it's a fun song. It's a cool song. But yeah, here we go, folks. Pioneers, followed by The Way Back Home.
There are those who blaze trails, whose actions tip history scales. They endure pain and frustration to prepare for the coming devastation. Weak men have made times hard. The plebs are being retards, but the pioneer is in charge. The pioneers are in charge. Pioneers are in charge.
Pioneers are in charge.
There's a small remnant that is scattered. They rebuild when everything shatters. They have a vision and a goal, and will never be controlled. Weak men made times hard. The plebs are being retards, but the pioneer is in charge. Pioneers are in charge. Pioneers are in charge. The masses stare at their screens while the pioneers pursue their dreams, unswayed by the whims of NPCs. They are the ones the world needs. I can remember a place where I felt like I was safe. It calls me when I'm in the abyss, but I can't remember where it is. There was a feeling of peace, a time when I was complete, wanting to go back to those days. Why can't I just find my way? I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back home. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back home. Toiling each day to survive, just wanting to feel alive. Seeing glimpses time to time is what pushes me to climb. Running to what I once knew, hoping to rediscover my way through. Maybe I will find you when I get there. Can't wait to breathe that clean air. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back home. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back home. I'm getting tired of being lost, unsure if I can bear the cost. But I've gotta find a way, hoping one day I'll feel okay. Doubting if I'm getting closer, stuck on a roller coaster. But I still have my memories love that feeling of being free. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back, 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 back. Oh. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back, 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 back. I try to change, but it is hard. Afraid of what lies beneath those scars. Falling apart when I feel low. Putting the pieces together as I go. This is not where I belong. Everything just feels wrong. Wanting to feel the warm embrace of being in that place. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back, 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 back home. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back. I'm just trying to find my way back, 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 back home. I can remember a place where I felt like I was safe. It calls me when I'm in the abyss, but I can't remember where it is. There was a feeling of peace, a time when I was complete, wanting to go back to those days. One day I will find my way.
I think we're all looking for that way back home. Not everybody will find it. Not everybody's even looking. That's the crazy thing. I mean, I've never understood it. Going through life, living it without, being willing to ask questions of like, why? Part of being a journalist is about asking questions. That's the role of a journalist, to ask questions. I guess I was predisposed to ask questions. It drove my parents crazy. It drove my teachers crazy. Because the word why is a scary word. It's a very scary word because it requires you to think, and most people don't want to think because they just kind of want to, just like operate off of these assumptions that are presented to them. They want to answer the question why with because, and then nothing after that, just the word because. And then if you ask because why, then it really pisses them off. Uh, the question why is it's a maddening question. A lot of people have lost their mind. You can go down the rabbit hole of why. And good, good morning, Rod. Just popped in the Zapstream chat. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's like cool to live life with ambitions, but it's kind of isolating. And I think this is the one of the challenges. This is why Atlas Shrugged is such a good book. Got it sitting here. Maybe I should start reading Atlas Shrugged again as we're early in the new year. Because it addresses this feeling of frustration, and then there's like this feeling of home, of like this. They create Rand creates this depiction of this mountain hideout, which I think resonates with me because I love the mountains. I like Colorado, but this mountain hideout where well, I can't remember if they're in Colorado. They're in the Rockies somewhere, but where it's just like this utopia. It's like the Bitcoin Citadel in a lot of ways, and I think that's what a lot of people are dreaming of is this place where it's full of exceptional people that like actually value each other's services and value. And like one of the things I really like to do is like do commerce with people and like pay them things, and like I get invited to things a lot where people are like, oh yeah, well we'll like comp your ticket, and I'm just like, like I'm happy to pay for a ticket. And especially if they're putting on whatever the event is, and the reason why is because I value them. Like I value what they're doing, and I want to support it, and I do. One of the things that is important to do is just like repricing everything, reevaluating what value means, and like this is discussed a lot on Bitcoin podcasts. That this idea of time preference, the idea that the way that money works and is issued, it changes your behavior and perspective on it. But that also changes like your interactions with people, and in so much of the the fiat world, there's not really paying for things. It's just like showing up and getting things for free in exchange for like them being able to watch your like eye movement as you're looking at like porn videos jerking off. Like that's exchange in the fiat world. Like everything's free. They just like suck your data in, and then they use it to like manipulate you and get you to buy Doritos or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange because I talk to people all over the place, and I hear this theme of them looking for this feeling of connectedness, this tribe of like-minded people, individuals that aren't completely out of their gourd, plugged into the matrix. And the only way you're going to get there is by building it. If it doesn't exist, you got to build it, and you got to search for it. You got to search for the people. It's like the reason why a lot of these things don't exist is like universally everywhere, that you can just walk into your Bitcoin or safe space and everybody says that say things and are based and have opinions like you, is because they just haven't been built yet. And people are scattered all over the place. Like this is one of the challenges of living in this world, is that anybody with like a critical thinking capacity is They're hiding. They're hard to find. I mean, it's not like the social media algorithms promote people like this. It promotes the opposite. It promotes idiocracy. It promotes just mediocrity in a lot of ways. Like you gotta really like try hard to find exceptional people. There's no shortage of great musicians. There's no shortage of great writers. There's no shortage of inspired individuals in the world. It's just it's hard to find them because it's just not the incentives and the way that they work. They're not built to promote them. It's a challenge. It's just really not an easy answer to how to solve that issue. It's not like we're just gonna slap a buzzword. Nostr fixes this. Bitcoin fixes this. It's not as easy as that. I mean, like one of the worst things that could happen for the individuals that are in power, the villains that rule the world, is for a bunch of interested and inspired people to start fighting each other and collaborating. Like that's literally probably the most subversive thing that you could be doing right now. Is first become an interesting person. Be an interesting person, and then 2, find other interesting people and start banding together and doing things. When everybody's depressed, everybody's crashing out, everybody's having a hard time being focused, being purpose-driven, being interesting, inspiring, being centered and grounded, like that's literally. And hanging out and inspiring other people to be the same way. That is, it's the best thing you could be doing. But I don't think I put enough music on the show. I'm just not. I'm not feeling as talkative as sometimes I am. Maybe I'll sneak in during the next music break and add a couple more songs in. But I guess I'll talk about this character, or I'll talk about Krayley a bit after I play these next 2 songs. And who knows, maybe I'll end early tonight. But this is Bust 'Em Up. This was her debut single as Krayley.
It's game over for these starter pack clones. Oh shit. These mids with Wi-Fi about to be on. No shit. I'm about to rewrite all the rules to the game. Oh shit. They hoes are gonna remember my name. Well, get them, Crowley. And it's all like, I'm tired of all these whiny bitches. I'm about to bust them up and give them stitches. I be on my grind because I am relentless. But the broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. The broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. NPCs on default settings acting all defenseless. They think Jake Paul is cool trying to copy his flow. But I'm about to bust them up and throw some bows. Driving around Nashville trying not to crash out. Basic bitches on Broadway can't stop wilding out. I'm on some hot girl shit while they are mids. Copy pasting personalities and never wanting kids. Looking like they came from the Pickney factory. Mass produced, where do they change the batteries? I'm on another level while they just are full of slop. Fuck they Lululemon yoga pants and following the flop. Brain rot, it's cool like we're living in idiocracy. Glued to their phones thinking this is a democracy. The algo owns their lives, background characters at best. Unable to make decisions for themselves like they possess. And it's all like, I'm tired of all these whiny bitches. I'm about to bust them up and give them stitches. I be on my grind because I am relentless. But the broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. The broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. But broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. The broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. So I'm about to get real and swing for the fences. They think they are base, walking around eyes glossed over. A bunch of pussies bitching out like it's cool to be mediocre. They think he's got riz
cause he dissed Candace. So when she's as unhinged as the View, can't handle her emotions. They are all fake and gay, yelling in their echo chambers, pretending like they are real, but are Brent-fed instigators. I'm driving high, all gas and no brakes. No, I will not listen to your brain dead takes. I'm all locked in. I'm a fucking heavy hit, about to dunk on you so hard you better reconsider. You can try to stop me, but I'm pretty and paid. Ice in my veins, a bitch you never fade. Cruising in my Wrangler with no ducks on the dash. I use Bitcoin, not a stupid Monopoly cash. And it's all like, I'm tired of all these whiny bitches. I'm about to bust them up and give them stitches. I'll be on my grind because I am relentless, but the broccoli haircuts are listening to Nick Fuentes. Oh, and to all you mass-produced, copy-paste basic bitches, you're about to be exposed because I'm here now. We don't need more followers in the fourth turning. I'm about to put you on blast. No cat, 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 no plat, no cat. I see you out there crashing out, bitch. You can stop anytime you like. Seeds full, can't escape. It's madness, wanna break. They don't care about your slop. Instigating, just can't stop. Spitting fire, crazy drip. Reporting news and being it. You crying because they forgot your name. You crying because you got no game. You can join or you can crash out. Work harder if you wanna chase that cloud. Games change. You don't break the rules. Journalists making you look like stupid fools. Cry hard and maybe they'll hear. Whining won't make your dreams appear. Revolution is time to win. Evolution grow thicker skin. Relegated to being a joke. Decimated, filled with coke. Why don't you act like you actually want to win? Humility in your bio, but can see you're a has-been. You can join or you can crash out. Try harder if you wanna chase that cloud. Games change. You don't break the rules. Journalists making you look like stupid fools. You're a critic, but you're in the past. Forgotten because all you spew is trash. Crumbling when you get a little pushback. Exposed for trying to fight facts. Echo chamber full of plebs, glazing your mediocrity, following your steps. You're the tallest midget in the room, but your failure to grow will be a doom. You can join or you can crash out. Try harder if you wanna chase that cloud. Games change. You don't break the rules. Journalists making you look like stupid fools. Rest on your credentials at your own risk. Bitching about arbitrary data on your disc. You don't win by being a loser, bitch. I'm a fucking hot podcast producer. I see you out there and you got no clothes. Influencer is naked and everyone knows. Pleb slot pity party isn't fun. Hiding, looking for where you run. You can join or you can crash out. Try harder if you wanna chase that cloud. Games change. You don't break the rules. Journalists making you look like stupid fools. You can join in if you want, or sit on the sidelines and crash out. I don't give a shit what you do, but you'll have more fun if you join in.
You're gonna have a lot more fun if you join in instead of you crash out. Like it's just that was like Crayley's response to Maxi Madness and all the lame crash outs. It was just funny. It's just there are people, a lot of people that are having a bad time, and they want to insist on everybody else around them having a bad time, and it's a bummer. Or like the whole idea of misery likes company. Like misery should like company somewhere else. Doesn't have to be here. You don't have to broadcast it for the rest of the world. Like trying to subvert our beautiful democracy of Maxi Madness. All right, hi Q. I just sent you an image. If you're still listening, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to be reminded when I get assigned homework. I was never really good at doing homework, but I do have a lot of things going on. I wrote this article for Stack Chain magazine called "Where Is the Revolution?" I'm excited to see that one come out. I wrote another article for the next physical print Bitcoin magazine called The great divergence. I don't know, maybe Shinobi's like changing the name of the article. He gave me a I think the title that he suggested is like plebs will never know freedom. Which is also a good one. But I'll probably when they get published, I'll probably narrate them and put them out on the Beagle channel. But so much what we're dealing with right now is a battle perception, is a battle of attitude, and there's just not really like a whole lot of justification of being like lame and grumpy and retarded. It's just like, yes, the broader society is not going to change their minds. They want Doritos and Netflix. They're going to sacrifice their children to Moloch. Like there's not a ton that you can do to inspire them. You can try, you might get them for a minute, but they're just not gonna. It's not gonna sink in. It's not gonna sink in for the broader population. Like I don't know if it's like a comprehension issue. I don't know if we're living in a simulation and they truly are NPCs. I don't know what it is, but there's just people that they'll never like really live and like be active participants in their lives. They're just kind of reactors. They just walk around, they just bouncing around like pinballs, stimulus here, respond this way, respond that way. There's not a lot of taking their destiny into their own hands, writing their own stories, and if they do write their stories, they're very mediocre, like boring stories. They're not masterpieces. Like, you're an author. You're the one holding the pen with the direction of your life. Why wouldn't you want to write a masterpiece? Why wouldn't you want to do something incredible? Why wouldn't you really want to like shoot to like reach your potential as an individual and like work your fucking ass off to get there? Like why wouldn't you want that? And there's just a lot of people that don't. They don't care about writing masterpieces. They don't care about having an ambition. They're just existers. And there's a subset of individuals that get resentful at others when they don't want, or like they are trying to be doing something interesting or exceptional or exciting or whatever. It's just like, I don't know. It's a bummer to watch it. The critics sit on the sidelines. If they come after us at the Beagle, like I just find it entertaining. Like I don't really care, but like when I watch like my friends that are incredibly talented, that really put their hearts and souls into things, it's a bummer to see it. Because it's like, okay, you're some overweight guy sitting on the couch that's a Gen X doomer, picking your nose, picking your boogers, rubbing your belly, get a dirty shirt on with pizza stains on it, watching Len Alden videos on YouTube on your smart television. And you have the audacity to try and chop down these individuals that are doing cool things. You're not spewing the right pleb slop. You failed this purity test. How dare you? How dare you? I mean, it's like we're going to the Beagle's going to the Bitcoin conference. We're going to be rolling around. We're going to be having a good time. And is it really the Bitcoin conference? No, it's the politics and paper Bitcoin conference, and then probably like some AI. There's probably going to be a big emphasis on AI, and then just a lot of nonsense, and it's fine. It's like it's the PodConf pleb slop Super Bowl. It's funny because Rod's been dunking on these guys like I'm not attending, like they make a big statement out of it of like I'm boycotting the Plump Slop Super Bowl. It's like congratulations, you can sit on your couch at home in your dirty shirt with pizza stains on it, watching sports ball and pleb slop on your TV. Like why do you care that other people are doing it? Like this is what I've always been curious about, like the Crusaders against the shit coins. There's a lot of attitudes of individuals that are out there that are trying to just tear things down. Like, I mean, this is what the plebs do. It's like, the plebs in many ways are just useful idiots for other individuals in their endeavors. They just hurl the plebs at their opponents, and like the plebs have no idea what they're doing is, if it's productive or not. They're just like, that's just the right thing to do because the slop told me. It's like the way to really compete with, the ideas that you don't like is to come up with a good idea. And it's just, I don't know why that's a hard concept to understand. It's like, you don't have to be out there exposing all the bad ideas. It's like, sure, it is good to criticize things, but in the purpose of framing it against something that's actually, productive. And you see the plebs, they'll go, shit coin, this trinket's better, this trinket's better, this trinket's better. Buy a trinket from the company that the Pleb Slop podcaster told me to use their ref link with. Like, I mean, it can be productive to give people alternatives and like to support, products or companies that you like. But like, are the companies that you're really supporting or liking it? Like, they really like a productive alternative? Like, no, for the most part, it's just pleb slop. The pleb slop VCs fund the pleb slop companies, and the pleb slop it up, and they're just like cannonballs being shot out of loose cannons, like, actually, like tearing down people that are doing things that are productive. It's like, you can criticize the core devs, and like the Bitcoin core sure has a lot of criticism to be had, but like, going after Gloria and harassing her to tell her she can't have sex, like, I don't think that's a valid criticism. I don't think the plebs are the arbiters of Bitcoin core developer sex lives. A pleb can stop being a pleb anytime they want to. Like, they can generally become like an individual with agency and like critical thinking capabilities, but it takes a lot of time and energy to get there. It takes a lot of time and energy to not be a pleb. It's not about selling out. I mean, it's like the whole pleb movement was this idea of like, we're not going to be bullshit influencers. Shell and pleb slop. It was the plebs initially, I think, largely speaking, like the good ones that refer to that aren't really plebs. Just it's kind of like a class dysphoria, I would say, or dysphoria. Like how gender dysphoria, like when a guy thinks they're a woman or vice versa, or like whatever, the non-binary thing is. Like when an individual like actually has like critical thinking capabilities and agency, and they refer to themselves as a pleb, it's class dysphoria or dysphoria. In the future, I'm going to be writing the diagnostic statistical manual. I'm going to be giving individuals the ability to diagnose, like the doctors of the future. That's going to be my role. And class dysphoria is going to be on there, and being referring to yourself as a pleb is going to be classified as like being mentally retarded. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, Bitcoin is this great thing. You remember the meme, Bitcoin is digital real estate. Well, being a pleb is owning no property. That's the definition of the word. It's not cool like black people using the N-word in rap songs. I'm sorry, it's not cool. A bunch of Gen X, like grown men with families that are married and slightly overweight or super overweight, referring to themselves as plebs. It's not cool. It's not like a black person using the N-word in a rap song. Or a gay person calling themselves a fag. Sorry, it's just not that cool. You got to come up with something cooler. But yeah, let me talk about Crayley a little bit, and I'm going to wrap this one up. But yeah, Crayley's a badass. So Crayley is the alter ego of Kaylee Welch, who is the Bugle's podcast producer. And Ron and I, we put out an ad a while back ago. We wanted a really hot podcast producer. We tried to advertise. So I mean, this is just like my constant battle with the Swan Bitcoin guys, of them just like being the greatest champions of lameness and mediocrity and slop. Tried to put the job posting on Bitcoiner jobs. They kicked it off. They're like, sorry, our HR department doesn't think that you should be able to hire a hot podcast producer. Like, we don't. Absolutely insane. But like so we put out this job posting. Ron and I, we got together and we were talking and we said, we need the best podcast producer. What do we want in the best podcast producer? Say, well, she has to be blonde. She has to be hot. Had to be a sorority girl. Has to drive a white Jeep Wrangler. So we go to this conference in Nashville. We put the job posting out. We got a couple of inquiries, and Kaylee reaches out. She's like, I want that job. I like Bitcoin podcasts. So we're like, okay, so we go hang out with her. Oh, and she had to smoke cigarettes. And so we meet up with her in Nashville, and she picks us up in her Wrangler, and she's blasting like a Guy Swan Bitcoin Audible podcast. So like, okay. And we get in her car, and the first thing she does is she hands us a bottle of whiskey. She takes a big swig of the whiskey. She hands it to us, lights up a cigarette, and says, buckle up, bitches. Starts driving off. And Ron and I looked at each other. It was like, yeah, of course we're fucking hiring her. Like, she meets all the requirements. She went to Auburn, the sorority girl there, likes Bitcoin podcasts. But so she started dating, and I don't know a lot about this guy. Like, Ron and I have been trying to figure out what this guy's deal. eCash Sailor, you probably heard his music. He's this broccoli haircut Zoomer. Kaylee's had, a long story. Like, she kind of ran away from the Bugle and then she came back. She had this like fling with this Monero guy, and she went and got pregnant and had a miscarriage because she's doing like he ran away. Those Monero guys, you got to watch out for them. They don't like commitment, right? They're not going to be the guys. They knock up their girlfriends. They're not going to stick around and take care of them. They just don't have that same low time preference. It's just I'm sorry, but Monero is just from an economic standpoint is inferior to Bitcoin. I'm sorry, guys. It is. It's and you can see it. Like, guys that use Bitcoin that aren't plebs that knock up their girlfriends, like, they stick around. But this guy just cut Kaylee loose, and she came back to us, pretty beat up about it, and of course we welcomed her back because she's fucking awesome. She's the best, and But yeah, so she started dating this guy, E-Cash Shaler. He came out of nowhere and he's making fun of the plebs. He wrote this like awesome song called Pleb Slop Pity Party, Clay's the Lord. And so I start seeing this music, and all of a sudden, Kaylee is dating him. And we got this guy like coming around that's got broccoli haircut that's dyed green, and he's just got like this like the resting bitch face of like the Zoomer who just like he doesn't care, like he's just like completely uninterested. He's hanging around. You ask him a question, he gives you like a non-answer. A horrible podcast interview. I would never suggest bringing E-Cash on the podcast. But they start dating, and then all of a sudden, Kaylee's like, guys, I guess something to show you. I'm rapping now. And my rap name is going to be Krayley. Like Crazy Kaylee with a K. Krayley. We're like, okay. And it just, I didn't think about it. I mean, she put out some other music before, and it was okay. And she comes out with this song, Bust 'Em Up. And it's just a fucking banger. She's talking shit about guys listening to Nick Fuentes. She's talking shit about the basic bitches on Broadway in Nashville. You ever been on Broadway in Nashville? You know what I'm talking about. The sorority girls have taken it over, and the locals are pissed. I got a solution to Broadway, but we'll bring that forward. Rod and I have a plan. We're going to fix Nashville. So look out for that in the future. But yeah, I mean, she's just fucking killing it. Great rapper. I mean, it's just what a funny couple, Krayley and E-Cash. It's going to be exciting to see where they go. I feel like I'm a proud parent at this point. But this new song, I'm pretty excited about. I think this is her best one yet. And I think on this trajectory, this is her third song that she's released as Krayley. And like on this trajectory, I think she's going to be a force to reckon. But yeah, folks, I think I'm going to end it here. This is Paznia or Music Mondays. My name is Richard Greaser. This is the Paznia Radio Network. I'll be back in like 2 weeks. But yeah, we've been cranking some stuff out on the Bugle Weekly. So go check it out. This last episode we did was a lot of fun. Pastor Jeff's put out a great sermon. Absolutely great sermon talking about how the plebs killed Jesus. Check it out. Folks, thank you for tuning in. This is All Eyes on Me by Krayley.
Yeah. 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 They said bitches say they don't like me. I get looks when I walk in the room. I don't blame them, I'm on another level. When they see me, they know it's that doom. Them men give me attention, I don't want it, but I can't help that. I'm hot. Leave the room in suspension, they all wait. Listening for when I will talk, they hate me, cause they ain't me. When they sleep, I'm in their dreams. I live in their heads, rent free. Bitch, everywhere I go, all eyes are on me, I'm over maxing. Frame mugging with pure unspoken riz. They crying, they cook, realizing they are all mids. Driving in my Wrangler, I left the doors at home. Better respect the queen. Plebs are kneeling before my throne. I got a DV, yet it septum, but can tell you still smell like shit. Everyone is laughing cause it's time for you to quit. I roll deep with my hoes, we respectfully unhinged. The algo hates me, dominated by cringe. All eyes on me. Bitches gonna learn, driving through town, making their heads turn. Certified iconic behavior, don't touch, you'll get burned. I'm a money maker, don't have to try to earn. Main character energy playing to win, it's like cinema. I get under their skin, you can chase me, but you'll never catch up. Hey bartender, I need a refill, 3 fingers in the cup. I romanticize my own downfall, cause it's the only way they'll have a chance. They think the Lulu is the Salulu until I steal the attention when I dance. Bouncers say my face card is valid, asking if they can toss my salad. But this queen has a king, I know the news always stings. Glitching in public but keeping it sweet, rolling deep with my hoes looking all elite. I'll make the brains buffer, got heels on concrete. High maintenance, low tolerance, bitch take a seat. Manifesting nonsense, still landing on feet. Soft, launching drama like I'm shopping at a boutique. You're down catastrophic, but you still look sweet. I'm calling the sweeper to clean you off the street. All eyes on me, bitches gonna learn. Driving through town, making their heads turn. Certified iconic behavior, don't touch, you'll get burned. I'm a money maker, don't have to try to earn.